death penalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Judicial system, you know what that means?
Yeah.
Justice system.
Yes.
And criminals' reintegration in society.
Okay.
So to make things interesting, you group will argue for the death penalty. Okay. And you will argue against it. Okay. If you guys need, do you guys want to talk a little bit before you talk, or just start talking?
Yes.
Yeah?
Maybe we can do it. Yes.
Okay. So for some ideas, yeah, just write a list of maybe 5 ideas, and then you each give 4 or 5 ideas, and you can each talk about them.
One per
Okay?
person.
What?
One per person.
Yeah, but you're gonna kind of play off of each other, right? So they'll say something, you can say I agree or disagree, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're kind of practicing for the conversation part. You have to agree with it. Yeah. So I don't necessarily agree with it, but in the U.S. there are people who agree with it because they don't. Well, they think that a criminal, because if someone murdered someone, they think that their punishment should be what they did. So that could be one thing.
Well, I think it's
They say, okay, they murdered someone, so they should be murdered. Like, why should we use tax dollars to feed them and keep them safe in prison? Sometimes they think, well, also, if they pay enough, they can get their bail paid for. You know what bail is?
Nobody has
Bail, it's B-A-I-L.
Nobody has.
It's the money that they pay.
It's
They're fine if they haven't paid you guys, yeah. A lot of times,
Nobody
a
has.
lot of times murderers are set on a sentence without bail. Or like a life sentence. But
state is the
It doesn't matter, speaking English is not
I don't know how many states.
my idea is that
Texas is
you can do the same thing you
I think every
are
state is, but I don't know. I think since hangings, like when hangings were still legal,
It
hanging
is a crime too.
when they wrap, I think that is.
I have to write my idea.
When that was allowed, that was the last time we had a
based on
capital punishment in Idaho.
It's based on feelings.
And honestly,
Yes,
it
that
doesn't
is
happen
another
very
thing
much.
that
I think
you
it
can
probably happens
decide
more,
things in a
off of U.S. territory.
how do you say in
by US
a
You're angry, you want
yes,
to
in you're angry or no,
Yeah.
love has to be
Yes.
objective, no? Like
Because it takes a lot of evidence, and I think it takes a few years for processing. And so why do you think other reasons would be that?
On the jury.
Any ideas?
here in some cases too.
Yes. Yes.
So
that things they are.
that is not fair, maybe, no?
No, they are trying to. Yeah. Trying to.
The last time in Idaho that
It's
the
taken
death penalty
by-
was used, it was a hanging. And that hangings aren't
It's
legal
not fair
anymore.
that kind of decision
But the last
is
time
taken
it was
by a group of persons. Normal persons,
Why
no? That-
people think that
that
this is a good way? Ordinary.
Well, a good question. But I think that
It's very no.
they think that if someone
all has to.
killed
Because
someone, that
the-
their
the-
punishment should be
you
the
can
same.
decide
And also, a lot of people are for, are against government taxing, more government involvement and more government taxing. So they don't want their tax dollars
It's
to
not fair.
be
You are
used
going to be
to have a good
be
life
a jury and
in jail.
You are not trained for that?
I think that is very important decision that so we should.
Well, we are not trained.
Good, that's the way to find a good. I
People
don't necessarily think it's the
I
best.
think that according to some experts, it can be people in
I
jail
want to say that
having crust.
if one
We
person
don't care. We don't care.
There are more people in jail.
Increase.
You can because they have no money. So this is not some way to.
Crime has increased
have to stand up and
They have no money.
And
you have to stand up.
I think though that
No, no.
our that was wrong.
We are supposed to be innocent until
A few weeks ago, a month ago, a month and a half ago. And then I also heard about the problem
even if
in Eibar, and someone was saying, oh, it's because of the crisis, like people need money, and sometimes when times are hard,
I mean,
for me, I know that. No, yeah, people this crime.
no, it's not. I think it's only
And also that the reintegration that it's really difficult. I don't know that that the reintegration is not it's not useful. I mean that they never reintegrate in the society.
So we are supposed to think that this is a reason to be in favor of.
Yes, a reason to be in favor because they really few times they reintegrate in the society. When they came out, they always
And also, on that point, a lot of people who are murdered or who commit crimes that are serious enough for the death penalty will, well, not in favor of it, but a lot of times they'll plead criminally insane, and so with that, they can't be reintegrated into society.
No,
If they're insane, then they have to be helped psychologically, but a lot of times they can't.
forever.
You guys have 4 points.
Yeah.
You guys have 5